وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. It's an honor also to have Brother Muhammad came back from Jordan. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And we're gonna start very important topic actually. I text him, what do you think we're gonna speak today? To speak to self. We have this topic. No, we live actually sometimes in hesitation.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have a goal, but we want to reach that goal, but something will come back. I'm going back. Oh, I have to take my medicine for that data. Okay, so the key, Brother Muhammad, is really become like a serious problem when we have a goal, but there is no change.
Well, we have ourselves holding us back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You cannot change. Sometimes we don't have hope for the change.
Hope is I think one of the key words that as Muslims I think we're losing.
We are losing.
We're losing.
1 second, I have to take my medicine.
Go ahead, thanks.
It's a bit luck. I forgot that
Alhamdulillah.
this is an anti-rejection medication. 7 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Unless I'm fasting, so I'll do it after. Yeah. Oops. Bismillah. Bismillah. Alhamdulillah. Yes, Brother Muhammad. But here about the change, and also we have some kind of negativity inside.
Yeah. Well, a lot of us have that. A lot of us have that problem where we're too afraid to take the steps needed to get to where we want to go.
That we need
or where we need to go.
Then definitely there's you, but also this, I believe it is our specialist, psychological problem. We have it, but sometimes we not admit it.
Well, we don't like to admit that we need to change, or we don't like to admit that we have a problem, or that that we're the problem. We always
are the problem.
Yeah, like we want to admit, we want to kind of throw it out.
We are, or I am the problem.
I am the problem.
Everyone have to ask.
Everybody has to ask themselves. It's basically called self-reflecting.
Okay.
Right. Look at yourself. Look at your situation. Look at your life, and you have to ask yourself, okay, I'm 20 years old, or I'm 30 years old, or I'm 16, or I'm 15, or I'm my wife, or I'm a husband, or I'm a son, or I'm a father, or I'm a mother. Am I where I want to be right now at my age, or where do I want to be in 5 years? One of the things I always talk to children about is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Right? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? And are you doing what you need to do now to get to where you want to be at in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? And I think after that middle school, high school age, we stop thinking like that. We start to focus on, everybody else is causing me these problems, or I can't get to where I want to go because this person is stopping me, or this person is stopping me, or my parents raised me like this, and since my parents raised me like this, I can't change, and I can't be who I am. And so we always want to blame somebody for some type of issue that's happening in our life.
Oh, hold on. Blame someone, not blame myself.
Not blaming myself. We have this perception that if I was raised a certain way, even if I was raised the best way in the world, there's still changes you got to make when you get older. As we know, as you and I, we were raised where there was no technology. Then we had the technology, and now we're living through that. Now we have the kids who are born through technology. They don't know how it is without technology.
I agree.
Right? So I agree. So we've had those changes. We've seen those changes. We were able to adapt and grow as those changes were happening. So we had that. We were adaptable, right? As humans, we need to adapt, right? We need to change on a consistent basis. I think if you read the books, and if you read the statistics, I think it says like every 5 to 7 years, people are supposed to change their career paths, or change their way, what they're doing for a job or work or stuff like this. A lot of people get stuck in that same situation. Even like in law enforcement, I'll see these law enforcement officers who were law enforcement officers for 25, 30 years and don't know what else to do with themselves. And when they retire, they come back a year later to work back in law enforcement. And these guys are 60, 50, 60 years old. And, and I do talk to them and I say, why aren't you doing anything else? Where else? What have you been doing while you were in this career? Oh, nothing. This was my main thing.
The whole no
change. No, because again, it's not just Muslim. It's not a Muslim problem. It's a people problem.
Oh,
right. It's I just see it as.
Oh my Allah.
I see it as in Islam. I think we have the need to change. I think maybe Islamically speaking, we have to change. We have to adapt.
In fact, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Listen carefully, my brothers and sisters. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came to change the situation of Mecca, not to live in that situation, corrupted situation in Gaza, in Mecca period.
Yeah.
And he changed. What the changes are? In the beginning, Shahada, Tawheed, nothing else. Not too much, not Salah, not even Zakah, not just Tawheed, nothing else. But he struggled. That means a lot of Sahaba, before become Sahaba, struggle. In fact, Umar ibn Khattab, he came to kill Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Imagine this.
Yeah.
The key brother, you said that we can change.
It's not just we can change. We can change one step at a time, right? It's not taking big steps so fast. Unless you're that kind of person that can make a really drastic change real quickly, go for it. But the majority of the people can take little steps. Step by step, small steps, small goals. Set up small little goals.
So you have to have a goal.
You have to. You can't live a life without a goal.
It's very important to have a goal to reach what you want.
How can you live not knowing where you want to go?
Oh, that's
right. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
I agree.
Because we have this perception of like it's just gonna happen, right? We walk it to Allah. Allah will fix it.
Tawakkal. What is tawakkal in English?
God, it's in God's hands.
Everything. Not to work. In God's hands.
So I'm just gonna sit back and let God, tell me where to go, what to do. Well, God doesn't. You have to do the work, so God can help you get to where you need to go.
Allah said, "Udayat ya الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وعملوا." We believe in Allah, but you have to work for
you have to. You hear these stories of these people who just constantly sit in the masjids waiting for things to happen, praying for things to happen, but not going out there to change, to make things happen.
I agree. So the key to be a positive, and you have to find a way to be positive.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but also sometimes the society around household, sometimes the community, sometimes negativity.
Well, that's the thing, right? We're surrounded by negativity.
We
are not just our house, just our homes, our schools, our education system. Our system is geared on such negativity, right? I mean, when I talk to the children, it's we have so much haram around us. So much haram, so much bad stuff around us.
By Allah.
And that we have, as Muslims, we have a battle every day. We have a jihad inside of us every day, right? And we have to battle these haram that are thrown at us. Right? It's funny, we laugh because you and I we're grown, we've seen this, and we can easily stay away from all this stuff, right? We could easily push away. We can easily we don't care. Alhamdulillah, we're Muslims, we're fine. But our kids are being raised in these societies that are so negative, so haram, that it's normal for them. To see these things, to hear these things, to smell these things, to talk the way they talk. It's a normal way of life where now we have to, as parents, explain to them that stuff is negativity. The stuff that you ingest. We talk about food, right? You are what you eat, right? We say that all the time to our kids. We say that all to our family members. But you're also what you see, what you watch, what you listen to.
I agree.
Right? And who you surround yourself with.
That means psychological things that change become, if you have intention to change, and also do you need a doctor, psychological, somebody special about this field to change?
It's not really rocket science. You have to know what in your life where the problem is, right?
If I, 'cause sometimes I don't know the problem.
Well, that's the thing. If you have to really do, again, we go back to self-reflecting, right? Understanding where your life is. Yeah, you have to go back and you have to sit down really with yourself.
I can judge myself.
Judge yourself. Ask yourself these questions. Talk to yourself. I mean, self-talk, people think it's crazy or you're stupid or it's not gonna work. But if you can ask yourself these questions, I'm 25 years old. Where are other 25-year-olds at? Am I up to par where I was when I was 15 years old? Because I'm pretty sure anybody raised in these countries and in the Western countries, not just America, but in any of those Western countries, I'm pretty sure you had a person, a teacher, a counselor, or somebody in your school who might have asked you the question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's a common question that we always get asked in any school. Where do you want to go be when you grow up? Right? And you have these kids, oh, I want to be the president. I want to be a doctor. I'm going to be a lawyer. You have all these kids with these really good expectations, these high, because when they're kids, we talk to them and say, oh, you can do whatever you want. You can be whatever you want.
Yeah.
We tell our kids these things.
Yeah.
But then when they hit 15, 16, 17, oh, no, you can't do that. You're not smart enough for that.
Oh, man.
Oh, no, you're not, you're not capable of doing this. Maybe you should stick to doing this instead. So we kind of like open the world for them. And then we shut the world down.
This is the key. We don't have this kind of the sure, the feeling sometimes we're not satisfied. For example, we have a new phone. But the new phone, they ask, no, for that things. I don't know the grades of the phone, nor with my wife. I have the phone, my wife gives the phone. But this عدم الرضا. No, has a list of satisfaction. But this is disease also.
Well, it's
my point with that الشعور المستمر بعدم الرضا. Or continuously, I didn't have security or peace or satisfaction in my life.
Because we're always trying to fill up something, right? We're always trying to fill up that need for the newest phone, the newest cars, the newest this, the newest that. That there, one of the things we always talk about, especially with parents, when I was at the houses, I explained to them, where are your priorities? Right? Where are our priorities? Are we trying to make everybody else look at us from the outside and say, oh, mashallah, they have a new car. Oh, mashallah, they have a nice house. Or our priorities are children, our own family unit. Because to me, I really don't care what people think on the outside. Right? I try to explain that to my own children. Like, we're not here to please the people. We're here to please who? Right? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we have to understand that our goals have to be in line with what Islamic values are all about. Right? For us Muslims. Right? Like I said, this isn't just a Muslim problem, this is a world problem, a people problem. But in general, for us Muslims.
Hold on, it's a very important story. I mean, this problem for Muslim and non-Muslim.
All over the world.
Okay, that's us.
That's us.
See? It's not this is major problem. Yeah,
it's a major problem around because we're in a society where we're taught that you're never supposed to be satisfied with what you have. You're supposed to always want more.
Yes,
right? You got to get the new phone. If you don't have the new iPhone 25 and you're on iPhone 13, you're old school. You're cheap or you're poor or whatever the case may be. I mean, it took me forever to get a new phone to the point where my phone wasn't working anymore because I don't care. Like For me, I didn't care. My priorities are different, right? My priorities are as long as it was working, I didn't mind. But we have to explain to our youth, explain to our children, our goals need to be in value with what our Islamic values are all about.
Agree.
Right. So if you set yourself up if you surround yourself with negative people, if you are constantly viewing negative things on your phone, if you're constantly thinking negative, you're not going to be able to make those changes that you need to make to get to where you want to go. Especially if you're a father. Imagine being a father and you have this set goal. You have 3 kids, 2 kids, 1 kid, and you have this goal like, I want to get my daughter married. I want to get my son to become a doctor. How are you going to do all this stuff with your family if in your head and you're consuming all this negative stuff on your phone? You're surrounding yourself coffee shops smoking hookah, playing cards, and
Oh gosh.
all the talk about each other's wives, or whatever they're doing in the coffee shops. Like, how do you expect yourself to change
There is no way.
if you're surrounding yourself like this?
There is no way.
There's no way.
There is no way. Yeah, but also, brother, Allah give us a lot of ni'am, bounties. But sometimes actually we have that kind of feeling, I have deficit. Even I have everything, but almost I have this kind of deficiency, deficit, less. How to encourage me, for example, have Allah give you this, but I need to believe it in my heart that Allah, God subhanahu wa ta'ala, give me that.
So you and I can go to people's homes.
Yes.
And we can tell people, look, mashallah, look how much stuff you have in your house. Look how many things you have going on. We can do this because we've done this. Those people need to take a step back.
Those people,
not us, because we can go into the homes and tell them till we're blue in the face that they have so much ni'mah, so much good stuff, so much stuff in their house. But if they don't take a step back to look at what they have and start to actually say alhamdulillah for what we have, they're not going to really understand how to appreciate anything. We walk into these homes, and I walk into some of these nice, really gorgeous homes, and they have all these problems, right? You've done it before. You've seen it. You walk into these beautiful houses, and you're just like, okay, mashallah, they're doing pretty well here. And then they talk, and then you hear all these problems. You're like, subhanallah, like you guys have, in our heads, we're thinking they have so much, but there's so many issues in these homes. And it's the majority of the time it's, well, we don't have, I'm driving this, but I'm not driving that. I don't have this much money I need more money for this. Well, you already have certain things. If you have, listen, it's not haram to want more. It's just appreciate what you have and then achieve. You want to go, you want to set those goals for certain things. We all want to travel, right? Like we want to take trips, we want to travel.
We just think about me and my wife, we just think about China or Malaysia again.
but you have those goals. Okay, but now, I want to go to Malaysia. How are we going to get to that goal?
Exactly.
Okay, so we're going to save, we're going to cut this corner, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Like you organize and you work as a team.
Indeed. The key, Allah, team. Husband, wife, son, and daughter, household, you are a team.
Yeah, the family. The family has
if there is no team in the household, we lose the value of connection. The value of connection. Very important for us, husband, wife, and community, household, to have shura, to understand what good it is. For example, we're just thinking right now, China or Umrah, or actually, if you want to go to Maldives, or some kind, or whatever, what they call this, Alaska.
Yeah.
I said, no, I prefer Umrah. Say, yeah, Umrah. So my point, as a family of community, but the brotherhood also.
But what were you guys doing? You guys were doing that thing called communicating.
You communicate, yeah.
Right? And how many times have you walked into a house where the wife is saying one thing, the husband's saying something else?
Actually, we're looking for a house right now. Now, 2 months now. We live every day, 2-3 houses. Actually, she's not satisfied with this house. We're looking for something to move, to have our stability, something small for both of us. But also, we feel the meaning of passion. We feel also we're missing actually we want to do something, achieve something. We have this, we think in our mind only, but not with our action. A lot of people do, especially men.
Yeah.
Why? I have this, but I want to do this and this and this, but only
talk, but no action.
Not.
Yes.
Allah say, عملوا الصالحات. آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات. That's the key.
Yeah.
We're missing that one.
Yeah. It's hard. It's really, when you talk to a guy, we've talked to fathers, right? When we go to these houses and we talk to the husbands and we have these one-on-ones with the fathers, and it's hard for a father or a dad or a guy to hear from another guy, especially if you're younger, right? When I go into these homes and these guys are older than me and I'm explaining to them what they're doing wrong, let me explain to you. Let me tell you what I'm seeing. Let me explain to you what I'm seeing. So maybe you can fix this up. Let me set up some small goals for you as a father, so you can see, how to make your family better. Because if there's these homes, we're not going in them because they're having a good time. We're going into them wanting
to help
because they
Yeah.
got problems.
Yeah.
So when you talk to a guy, a father, and you're trying to explain to him, look, this is what I'm seeing. I see the kids' reactions. I see the nonverbals. I'm seeing the facial reactions to every time you talk. I'm seeing all these things, and there's a reason for that. And I think because of your aggression or because of your
Aggression.
demeanor,
Yeah.
because of the way you speak, the kids, the wife. So let's try to change it up a little bit. Let's do these little changes, and then you get the message saying, "Well, I can't make those changes. I'm not going to act like that. That makes me look weak, or that makes me look, like I'm just following your orders." Well, I'm trying to help you keep your family together.
Yeah.
And so, guys, men don't want to make the necessary change. Well, the wife has to change. The kids need to change. I'm the father. I'm a Muslim and I'm the father, and this is my rules. And this is, well, no, this isn't the way things work.
I mean, husband-wife community, son and daughter. There's no my way or the highway.
No, it's got to
There's no my way.
Both of your ways.
Exactly.
It's got to be both of your ways.
But at the same time, we have to be satisfied with the way we cannot be against each other.
You can't be against each other, and you have to be on the same page of what your goals are going to be.
And actually, with communication and shura, consult with each other. The goal is be easy, simple.
And it gets faster. It gets easier, and then you get. And what I've told them and what I've seen is when you set those small goals up, the big goal gets achievable so much faster.
إن مع العسر إن مع العسر. I make it for sure. I make it easy. If I make it hard, because hard. Yes. Here actually, I'm talking about something when people came to me.
Mm-hmm.
I speak with me also. I actually translated الجهاد العاطفي المتكرر. Continuous stress, especially with love, with passion. Sometimes I love my wife and she loved me, but something gap, and then I have anxiety, I have worries, I'm thinking too much, swimming, because in the same time, I believe those people have no clear picture about marriage. Okay? And actually, we sacrifice with everything to fix the problem, but sometimes in a negative way.
It's funny. I'm reoccurring emotional stress, stuff like this that I like to. When I was in Jordan for 2 weeks, and I got to see a different side of what's going on around the world, right?
So the people in Jordan.
It's other people in Jordan. I was able to see and kind of view what they're seeing and what they're living through compared to what we're living through, right? Because we always talk about overseas, Middle East, Africa. We always talk about these countries, but you never get to really go and kind of spend a couple of weeks and really just absorb the feeling that's going on over there. And so I've noticed them over there where the mood is kind of just like down. The mood is very down. It's very just like
anxiety,
and not just because, not for money, not for gas, not for of what's going on themselves, of what's going on around, what's going around down the street from them, and they feel it, they see it, they hear it, and so I talk and I ask questions and I see, but what is done over there is something that we should be doing over here, and I've seen them. The husbands and wives are just like, listen, man, it could be worse. Alhamdulillah for what we have. We got to keep going.
I love that.
And so when you see that happening, in a Muslim country where you see the husbands and wives just working together, talking to each other, communicating for the kids, talking to the parents, and I think that maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. I also believe that it's because of that. It's the next generation of parenting, right? It's the younger generation who kind of adapted and learn how to really understand that this is a different time.
Agree.
Right. If I'm not with my husband and wife, if I'm not talking to my wife, if I'm not talking to my husband, our kids are gonna fall down. Our kids are gonna be the ones falling short.
So we are husband and wife, an example, good example for the kids to follow our footsteps.
They need to. Yes. Our kids will mimic and copy everything that we do. All right. Wow. And so
that's very important, brothers, it's very important topic here. We have to follow. There is no connection between husband and wife with for the goal. you lose your kids by default.
And you'll lose your kids to the community. You'll lose your kids to the society.
Yeah.
And we want to make sure we train our kids to understand that if you're not changing with the times, if you're not adapting, and if you're not progressing, then you're going to be backwards. You're going to be behind the line of everybody else.
So also تكرار نفس الأخطاء أو الأزمات repeated actually the same problem, same thing, and at the same time we don't have also decision always bad decision.
We were just talking about this, doing the same thing over and over and over and over and expecting different results.
Yeah.
Right. And that's kind of like what we call like a saying of, the definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over and over again, thinking things are going to change. If you keep doing the same thing and you don't get the change that you want, you got to really, again, do that self-reflection. Go back and ask yourself, okay, I tried this, it didn't work. I tried this, it didn't work. What didn't I try to get to where I want to go?
They get angry after that.
You get angry, but then again, you're missing something. Right?
What exactly?
So
they're missing what?
And so this is when you call and ask your help. Okay, look, I need some help, man.
No problem. Then the point is no problem to come and ask you.
No, you need to. We go to a doctor if we have a heart attack. We go to a dentist when we got a toothache. Why can't you ask somebody for some help if your life isn't going where it needs to go?
Some people think psychology, I need psychiatry or psychology or something. They think, oh, I'm crazy. People, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And so, even actually, I believe that Muslims, not only Arab, Muslims, they think that.
Yeah, and not just Arab. It's a taboo, right? Even when I went into the field, people, oh, you're crazy. If you go into psychology, if you go into therapy, you're crazy. You must be something must be wrong with you. But that's not true. We all need a little bit of help sometimes.
That I agree with you.
And so now I will say the last maybe 4 years, Muslims have been more wanting to get, okay, we need some help.
In fact, brother, after my surgery, I was very frustrated and angry with everyone, especially with my wife. And angry. And my wife told me, can you go? But see the key, can we go together?
Yes, absolutely.
Together. That means I feel like she's the problem.
Yeah.
I was sick for a long time. The key. Then after that, I said,
where you were blaming everybody else.
Absolutely. Blaming everyone wrong, especially in Salah.
Yeah.
Wrong. Not only that. You are wrong. You are this. You did it. I was angry, especially when Aqidah, Tawheed. I get more frustrated. But honestly, actually, when I remember what Ali said, speak to the people according to their mentality, come to their level.
Absolutely.
And honestly, may Allah bless my wife. She came down, and I accept to go. Why? I was sick for a long time. In the same time, Allah gave me a life. I want to do something, change the whole world, but I cannot change myself.
You got to start with yourself.
The key,
right? You got to start.
Change with yourself.
You can't. You expect the world to change if you're going to be the same?
No.
How is that going to work? How are you going to help somebody if you can't even help yourself?
Then I have to change myself.
You have to change yourself. You have to.
Change it to be better.
Yeah, to be better, to be more positive.
So don't say. Some people actually, I fail. I always fail. I always fail. Especially our kids.
Yeah, we all say that.
Yeah, fail. And sometimes, you're the parents now. Sometimes the parents, you are failing. You are a failure. That's wrong statement.
Yeah. It's something that we do a lot of, right? We always like to throw that negative sentences, the negative words to our children. Oh, you're not going to be good at that. Oh, you're not good at this, or you're not good at that. And again, it goes back to doing that to our kids at such a young age. And when they grow up, they start to say that stuff on the constant basis. Oh, I can't do this because I'm not good at that. I can't talk to people because I was never able to talk to people when I was younger.
I mean, they give up fast.
They don't want to try. They just don't. They're just so negative about certain situations or about everything. And so it's a learned behavior. You're not born negative, right? We all understand in Islam, we're born on that clean slate, right? We're fresh, and then we as humans, as parents, as guardians, we train our kids to be a certain way. Do you want to train your kid to be a negative person all the time? Or do you want to, really raise a child to be strong, adaptable, and understand that life changes every 5 years. Things happen, things change every 6 years. Well, how do you want to raise that kid? Because if the way you're raising that kid as a husband and a wife, or as a wife by themselves, as a mom, a single father, the way you talk to that kid right now at the age of 5, at the age of 10, at the age of 12 is really going to kind of impact that kid when that kid is 20, 25, 30, right? We don't think that what we're doing now is really going to affect them and really affect them in their future. And we do that now when we go into these homes.
Oh, subhanAllah, I see that actually with the kids. I feel sometimes I'm very sorry for the kids because of the parents.
Because, I mean, I've walked into these homes as when I was in probation officer and all that stuff. And these kids who are 15, 16 years old, drinking alcohol, smoking weed, doing drugs. And then you walk into these homes to see the situation. And then you see the parents and you say, well, if I was living in this situation, I would be doing drugs as well because of the parents, And so when, parents don't want to hear this, of course. Nobody wants to hear that they're the reason why the kid is doing what they're doing. And so when you have, and let's not say all cases. That's the situations I was watching, the situations that I was working in was different than everybody else's situations. But when you see what's happening in the houses, when you go into these homes and you see who the kids are and why the kids are acting the way they're acting, well, look at the way the parents are parenting.
Yeah.
Right. And it's sad because you want to tell these fathers, especially fathers, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to have some guy come in here and tell them that they're doing something wrong.
Go back. I like this what you said, especially
fathers. Yeah.
Why do you think the fathers?
If we can go back,
I'm a father.
Yeah, I'm a father. We are. It's very hard for a man to take advice from another man
for my kids,
for their kids. Well, I'm doing everything right. Who are you to come into my house after sitting with me for 2 hours and saying that I'm doing this wrong? Well, I'm the professional. I'm here for a reason. My job, my goal is to, that's what I do. I sit down for 2 hours and observe and listen to what you guys are doing.
I think the problem is that man, that father tried to destroy his kids by default.
It's not that they're doing it on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Right? I don't think they're doing it on purpose. I think that they don't know that they're doing. Well, I told them to do this. Why don't they just do it like that? Like I'm telling them to do it. My dad told me, I'm like, well, you're talking about your father who, what timeline was this? Right? It's a different generation from your father to you, to me, to them. It's a different generational time gap, right? My father and I never sat down and spoke about work, about saving, about credits, about this. No, we never did that. We never spoke about that stuff because my father was too busy working, too busy making the money, too busy trying to make sure we had a roof over the head.
In fact, may Allah give rahmah and mercy to my father. My father he's a sheikh, and he had a shop, a place, like a grocery store in the third town. And he teaches in our grocery store. When I come from the middle school, elementary school, high school, every time I have to come by for my father. The homework first, homework in the sub.
Absolutely.
Plus, Quran is Farida, Quran, review Quran, Quran al-Azhar also. But the key after that, after everything done, do whatever. I love play soccer and football, and then go do whatever you want. Do karate. The key, we need the father also to understand the mentality because it's not only the mom.
Yeah.
Mostly in America here, mostly the mother.
Yeah.
Mom. Yeah. What about the father?
Yeah. We always put everything on them. When something bad happens, who do we blame?
Mom.
When something good happens, who do we give the credit to?
Brother, listen to this. We should not blame the father. Don't forget the mom, and the mom 3 times. Yeah. Your mom, and then your father. The father is also very, very important. Absolutely. Be involved with this small things and big things. Absolutely. Especially in school.
Yeah.
The majority who take the kids to school, and who, when they come back, the kids come.
Who's there?
Even if she's working, by the way, the mom.
Yeah.
What about me?
Absolutely.
Okay. But may Allah guide us. Serious problem that Muhammad bring this very nice. We have to change both of us, husband and wife, in order for our kids to be better, to be better. Now here انعدام النمو الشخصي او المهني, the lack of personality, and to more lack of to be a professional about dealing with issues. Okay, even sometimes years, but I have no goal, no future for me, for my family to grow up. We're growing up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, every second in our life we grow. But sometimes lack of growing.
Well, I think we understand that. And what I've noticed is also, like, for myself and for a lot of the Muslim brothers that I've spoken to, my generation, my age group, is that we're always trying to grow our families, right? We want to grow our families. We want to leave something behind, right? We're always
something behind, like what?
Like, like we want to leave a legacy that behind,
legacy,
right? So we want to. So one of the things I always tell people, especially in my groups, when I used to do groups with non-Muslims, is if you die tomorrow, what will you be remembered as? Right. And I would,
I love that.
And I would go down the line of the 20, 30 people in the group. Let me know right now, you die tomorrow, what is going to be on your tombstone? What will people say, David is known for? And you go down the line. And then as you get to the third, fourth person and they hear what everybody else is saying, you start to see them thinking really deep. Oh man, if I die tomorrow, they're probably gonna know me as the worst guy in the world. I stole so much money from certain people, and I did this or I did that. Okay, so you're not dying tomorrow. So what do you want to be remembered as?
Yeah.
Right. Where do you want to go with yourself? Because let's say, and I tell them, you have 5 more years left. You got 5 more years left of your life. Somebody came and told you, God came and told you, hey, you got 5 years left. What are you going to do in those 5 years? What do you want? Well, I want to be remembered as the guy who donated the most money, or the guy who did this or did that. So ask yourselves that question as a parent, as a father, as a husband, as a wife. For us, we always say, I want to leave a little bit of a business behind. I want to leave my kids with the knowledge to start their own business. My kids with a good Islamic, background, so my daughter can bring me into heaven. Like we talk about these discussions. We have these discussions with people in my age group. Because at the end of the day, you have to constantly think like this, right? Because I think we have this perception that we have a long life ahead of us, that we believe that we'll make our changes tomorrow. Khalas, tomorrow. We'll do it tomorrow, inshallah, tomorrow. But you don't know if you have tomorrow.
What example, an Arabic example, لا تؤجل, it's not hadith, actually, it's a weak hadith. لا تؤجل عمل اليوم إلى الغد. Do not delay the stuff for today to make tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do it now, because you never know tomorrow you're gonna have. Yeah, exactly.
And it might be a weak hadith, but it's also true. I mean, you can get tomorrow by a bus, you can get tomorrow in a car accident. Something can happen to you tomorrow, but what are you going to be remembered as? What are you going to leave behind?
That he leave to be a legacy.
I have a legacy.
We need a legacy for us if something happened to us.
Yeah, and I think we have to have a whole session just on understanding what that is.
هو قبل شيوخ الشيخ الألباني, ابن القيم الجوزية here, أحمد بن تيمية, Muslim, and all this, those people will still remember them, and years ago they passed away. We need legacy. Is getting important. Every parent have a legacy. Come closer, please. I'm here for Instagram, yeah, please. Yeah, very important, brother and sister. Very important. Have to have legacy also for the future, for you, not only the dunya, for the akhirah also. For the akhirah also, for all of us, we have to think about now, and we're going to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Brothers, and I say, تعارض داخلي بين القيم والواقع.
Internal conflict between, okay.
Yeah, because we live, but there's no like a principle of change. Number one. Number two, and also I think my way, and that's it. There's no other way.
But your way, and that's fine. Let me say this, because I know a lot of guys might think like this. It's my way or the highway. And you know what? If your way is working and it's making things happen, it's making things work out, that's fine. That's great. But if you're your way or the highway and you're just stuck in the same position, not moving, and your family's not growing and your family's not moving and your family's miserable, your way's not working.
Okay. That means I have to judge my. I'm talking about men here.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, I'm talking
Men
about
here.
men.
Men, not the system.
Yeah, let's stay with the men because we that's what we are, and we know that men are the most stubborn, hard-headed people out there. We don't want to admit that as a man, I can't do anything wrong. I'm the man. I should know I'm doing things my way. But you have to understand that your family has been in the same position, the same mistakes, the same issues for 5 years now. We get called into homes when it gets to the point where it's about to be broken up. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Nobody calls us.
Yeah.
Nobody calls us to say, "Hey, I want you to come over my house and fix my house because we're so happy."
Yeah, Allah.
Right? I mean, we don't get those calls. We get the calls of, "Hey, listen, I don't know what's going on, but we're about to divorce and we have 5 kids and my kid is doing drugs, the other kid is a mess, my kid is this, my kid is that." So we get these calls when it's right at the point of no return. And then when you go into these homes and you see it and you talk to these people, these men, look, you've been doing this for 10 years. It's not working. Let me try this. Because they will, and this is exactly what happens. A lot of times I'll get well, we tried that already. You try that by yourself. Let me come in the middle and try it with you because I'm going to be the guy that tells you that's not what we talked about. Right? Because that's what we do. We point out we said we're going to do A, B, and C, but now all of a sudden you're doing E, F, and G. You have to stick to A, B, and C. And
so you need as a goal.
As a goal. These are the goals. You can't skip over A, B, and C and expect to go straight to E, F, and G. There's a rule. There's a way of making things work.
I like that.
All right, because I've heard that so many times where people will say, "Well, I've tried that already. I've tried this already. It doesn't work." Well, no, you tried it your way. And it's not your way. Your way is not working.
Our way.
It's our way now. It's me, you, your wife.
See, not my way or the highway is our way.
Our way.
Our way is the key.
And then we slowly and this I don't know how maybe you do it the same. I think you do it the same way I do it. But you and I we slowly push ourselves out. Once we start to see the family getting better, once we start to see everything working.
Yes, we see that.
We slowly, okay, don't call me for 2 weeks, don't call me for a month. And we'll text each other back and forth, get updates. But then you'll start to slowly see us leaving that house, getting away from that family, and that family flourishing.
Yeah.
Because it becomes a new way of life, but now it becomes their way of life. And they start communicating better, they start talking to each other better, and they start to flourish. You start to see them getting better. Yeah. Then you get that. Then you go to a masjid one day, and this is kind of stuff that's happened before, where I'll go to a masjid in Boca or in Boynton Beach, and people who I've worked with, the kids, they'll remember me. "Oh my God, Brother Mohammed, let me tell you something." And I won't remember exactly who these guys were or what happened because you deal with so many of them. And they'll say exactly what we've been doing before you left and what we do with you. We're still doing it. It's still working. My family's great. My mom and dad are happy. So you start to see the results 6 months later, 8 months later of the stuff that you've been working on with the mom and the dad. When you get the mom and dad on the same page, everything else falls into place.
Ya Allah, you're right.
Right? You can work on the kid all you want. You can work on all the kids. But once you get the mom and dad on the same page, the kids start to see that. The kids start to watch that. The kids start to know that they can't get away with certain things. I can tell mom, but I won't tell dad. I'll tell dad, but I won't tell mom. Once you get both parents on the same page, subhanAllah, everything kind of just works its way out.
The key, when we get married, the contract, this rural contract, speaking about this, but the majority of us actually, or the Muslims actually, you have a contract, but not follow what Allah Azza wa Jalla says. But this contract is an obligation.
Because we follow what society says. We don't follow what the Islam says.
Yes, agree.
A lot of times we've got these guys who watch these videos of how to be a man, right? Like we watch these influencers on social media who tell our men or tell our men how to be men. And we watch these other social media influencer women tell our women how to be women. And this is what a woman should be, independent, and they don't need no man. And they got a man who says, if you're not doing this to your woman, you're not a man. And no, don't follow these people. We have the best of the best follower.
Indeed, indeed, سبحان الله. To hear, brother, رسائل من الجسد والعقل, message from the body and the mind. The mind. For example, we have sometimes worried, a lot of worries. And sometimes we have like feel down. I don't want to even speak. Sometimes husband and wife, they say things like this, sitting next to each other or watching something, not even speaking together. So eating quiet. Also, I feel those people have no clear picture in their marriage. Because especially speaking, and will not even have a initiation of change.
Yeah, and so that's one of the things that we've always discussed on here is the importance of communicating with ourselves, with our partners, with our children, with our family members, with our brothers and sisters, right? With your own family members, because at the end of the day, we're not going to know what's wrong unless you say something.
Yes.
Right? We're not mind readers, and that's one of the things that when I go into the homes and I have the wife talking. And so how you do it the same way that I do, and I tell the husband, don't speak, she's speaking, okay, not more speaking, he's speaking. And so once you start that conversation and you have that person talking, well, I didn't know that's how he felt, I didn't know how she felt like this.
Exactly.
Or I'll have the daughter speaking.
You have to repeat this, brother. Listen what Brother Mohammed said. Please again, please.
So when you open up that door to converse between husband and wife,
okay,
once you allow that wife to speak, the husband will say, well, I didn't know she felt like that.
Exactly.
And then there's vice versa, where the husband will start to talk and the wife will say, why didn't you tell me that?
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, dude, you guys live with each other for 20 years.
After that, the problem solved.
the problem just opens up, and then they say, oh, okay, well, now I know. Well, it didn't take. It always takes one more person,
yes,
to come in, a third party, somebody that doesn't have any claim in this situation. Because you and I, we walk into this, whether you guys fail or succeed, we still go back home and we. So for somebody to come in, and then I'll have the daughter speak, and and then the father try to get involved with the daughter talking. Wait, hold on.
That is a problem.
Yeah, let her talk. And then he'll say, well, I didn't know that's how she felt.
Yes.
And then I'll say to the daughter, how come you never told your father this? Well, he doesn't let anybody speak.
So I will not very, very important. That's why I Brother Mohammed will repeat it. Why? Because people come to me, people have the same problem. Believe me, majority of the divorce problem, husband, wife problem, and kids problem, although I sit together, I let them speak, no interruption.
One at a time.
Not at a time. And you have a notebook like this, write down if you want to observe it, but not interruption.
Yes. Absolutely.
And believe it or not, the majority is sold for the listen to each other.
Yeah.
Husband, wife, son and daughter, family.
I had and one of the situations that came up back in the days was this father who was speaking about how much he loved his daughter and his son. He used the word love, like he said this word, and I thought it was normal. And as soon as he was done talking, I let the daughter speak, and she goes, well, he never told me that. He never told me he loved me. I didn't think he cared.
Yes. But hold on. It's very important. Is Arab or non-Arab also?
Non-Arab. Oh, yeah, non-Arab. I think we have this taboo of telling how we feel, of speaking how we feel.
Japanese, for example, they never tell his son or his daughter, Japanese people. Well, I went to Japan twice. Japanese people, there is no way to say, I love you, my daughter or my son. Only for his wife. Only actually when they have the relationship.
Wow.
Not in front of everyone to say, I love you, you love me. We are family.
Start singing the song.
Yeah. And my point actually, but in America, I see that, for example, my kids, every time, Baba, I love you. And if I didn't say I love you, I don't love you too. Oh, become a crime.
It's a problem.
Become like a habit now. For me, I love you too.
Yeah.
But I truly love my kids.
Yeah, of course.
But the kids sometimes that love love is the key for the family to be calm down. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when you go to Aisha, I love you. إني أحبك. I give a nickname for Ya Aish. But that's Rasulullah.
Yeah.
But we're in America now. He's not us. Actually, he's with us always, inshallah. My point is really for us how to make this kind of relationship, because we lack of this kind of passion to give, to fix my problem, not my house problem, my problem.
You have to really
change.
you have to really know that you need change, right? You have to, I mean, in any situation, any problem, drugs, mental health, relationship, any problem, you have to, the first step is admitting that there's a problem.
Admit is
how
the
hard
key.
look at it. Even your face said it. How do you admit
Admit
that I have the problem, that I'm the
I have me myself personally, I always have my problem. I'm tough, especially what's going on. I admit it, but not everyone.
Not everybody, because it shows it's been told to us growing up that if you admit that you have a problem, then you're weak.
Oh, you're right.
And so we don't want to show weakness. For a man to show some type of weakness, it's really hard on most of us that grew up thinking that we always have to be right, and you always have to be tough, and you always have to be hard.
I learned this from my karate teacher in Japan. He's more than 90 years old. So Ibrahim, before you fight, and actually for everyone, before you fight, look at your weakness in front of that person, and look exactly with his weakness to fix your fight. I mean, we have to fix myself to see what is the gaps in that person I'm gonna fight with, to fight to win.
Yeah, you could say my arms are too short, so I have to get closer to end. Say
the weight and the size, the weight, and the age. Yeah,
exactly. So we can do that in a fight. We can do that
in a fight
in our jobs, right? Because that's what we do in our work. We adapt and we adjust. We change. Okay, now my job went from paper and pen to computer, so I got to learn how to make a computer. I got to adjust. But we don't want to do it in our homes, in our families, with our kids, with our lives.
I have to repeat this again, brother. Listen to this, very important, and look closer, because repeat it again.
So we
to the people.
So we change and we adapt to our lives, to our jobs, to our work, to our businesses, to everything else. But we don't want to adapt and change for our homes, for our families,
for home. Exactly.
Home is the okay. So when we go out and we grind out there 8 to 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours, whatever us men are doing out there, as many hours as we're out there, we want to come back home to like our soft spot, our safe spot, our comfortable spot.
So we are in two projects. A project outside.
Yes.
A project, the most project in household.
Yes.
To grow up.
Yes.
To change. To be better than before.
And we want to change because we have our children watching us, observing us, seeing us,
and the people around us,
yes. Communities.
Okay. That means there's always opportunity.
Always
opportunity to change.
There's always something to fix, right?
That means the door is always open.
But you have to have your heart open first.
I love that. So I have to open my heart for the other doors to open.
Yes.
So I have, but the key is in my hand.
Always. It's always in your hand. But for some reason it's in the pocket, but nobody wants to reach in and get it.
I love that. I mean, the key in my pocket, but I don't want to go over there.
Do the work.
And then I open to open the others.
Yes, to do the work. It takes
a lot here with this one. I love this one.
It takes a lot of work to make those changes.
That means there is a change.
There's a chance.
But brother Mohammed, I'm afraid.
We all are. It changes.
But I'm afraid to change.
Change is hard. Change is hard.
And it changed, but this kind of change, I'm afraid. A lot of people
No, I know exactly what you're saying, because a lot of people say that. A lot of people say, well, I don't know what's gonna happen if I change.
But I will regret.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna have regrets.
But some people, I'm afraid. I don't want to be regret.
Yeah.
But you think about this? I need a solution.
Well, and I go back and I tell them, this is exactly what I tell them. What you've been doing for the last 5, 10, 15 years has not been working. You're still in the same spot as you were 10 years ago. So I think right now, and it's hard to change by yourself. It is. It really is. So that's why I always say, like, bring somebody with you. Ask for some help to say, okay, look, I'm stuck.
Somebody trust you.
Somebody you can trust. Somebody you know that's gonna be passionate about wanting to make
back you up.
And to be real with you, right? Not, you don't want a guy or somebody
I like that.
You don't want somebody to say, no, you're doing everything right.
Oh my God. Time is running fast. I don't know how.
SubhanAllah, we have 5 minutes left.
Brother, I have a lot of questions here. Okay, but
let's down, because this is important.
Sorry about that, because it's passion for me too, because I'm teaching you.
It's very important that we have to understand that men gotta take a step back and say, okay, I need some help. A lot of guys don't want to ask for that, and because again, it's a sign of weakness. It's a sign of. But I think really we have to understand that if you don't get the help that you need during the time that you need that help, you're not going to learn. Because how many times have you seen people who gotten divorced?
No.
And then they get married again.
Lot.
And then they go through the same situation again.
Yes.
And then they get divorced again.
Yes.
And then, and it's like a circle.
Honestly, when this happens, I feel very sad.
And it's sad because it's that you can help that. There's help for that, right? It takes 2 people to make a relationship work or break a relationship. 2 people. So if you're not going to take the necessary steps to have somebody come in from a third party, from somebody who doesn't have any stake in this, but really just going to observe and listen and watch and tell you what you're doing wrong and tell you how to make things right, you're never going to be happy.
Agreed.
You're never. And I've seen that so many times with these guys and these girls. These guys will say to me, fathers or husbands, I'll just find a wife who can deal with me. Why? You have one with you right now with 3 children.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Allah, brother, this really touched my heart. Because when I did this with the people come to me and these people this, I feel really sad.
It's sad.
Very sad. Same time, they would try to give an advice, but for them to accept the advice, to apply with the advice.
And then you look at the kids who's watching everything that's being said, that's being done, and the way the father talks, and the sons are going to be the same way. The daughter is going to think that this is normal. The kids are going to be thinking that this is normal.
I know some girls actually, they want to be, they want even to get married, because what happened to husband and wife, really with the fight and continuous fight, or argument. I said, no, I don't want to be
here. I'd rather be by myself.
Yeah, and unfortunately, some girls become boys because of that.
Yeah,
and the opposite.
Yeah, and it's sad is that
I'm talking Muslims, by the way.
But Muslims. What it really becomes, that what it comes down to is understanding that as a father, you have a lot of power.
Indeed.
And wives, mothers, they have a lot of control, a lot of power. But the fathers, when they're coming into the home, they come in with that authority, right? That male authoritariness that comes in when you come into the home. Men have play such a big role in the way that we raise our children. We forget about that. We forget that just playing soccer with your son outside for an hour or 30 minutes makes more of a big deal,
indeed,
than taking your kid to Disney World.
Yes, especially if he win. If they win.
And you hear it through the other kids where so when you walk into the homes, well, my dad used to play baseball with me, but he stopped playing baseball. My dad used to play soccer with me, but he stopped. My dad used to. He used to. And what happened? Well, khalas, man, I'm too old for this, and he's older now. Like, doesn't matter. He's 15 years old.
Yes, I agree.
Doesn't matter if he's 10 years old. Doesn't matter if he's 2 years old. Go play soccer with your son for 30 minutes, and you'll see a big change in the way that kid and the family it will perceive that father. Yeah. Especially the wives. The wives will start to see this. The women start to see this, and they start to see how much more attached the kids have become to the father, and it becomes a more, how do you say it in a positive way, a nicer more romantic look.
I mean, before we brother and sister,
Oh my goodness.
every household you can make your house is a castle, and this castle also only the household, only that half husband and wife only. There's no kids. If the kids is a lot better. The family. It's very important. Actually, we have to admit the mistakes, to fix the mistakes, to change,
To make the change.
to change. Rasulullah in the beginning, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in 40 years with the kuffar, and then when Allah ordered him, give the message, they become publicly to change the situation of Mecca, not to live with the situation of Mecca. Everyone we have to do to follow Rasulullah. Honestly, we're gonna speak of this actually next week. But alhamdulillah, brother Muhammad came back. And sorry for that. I know if a question, maybe you have a question, but honestly, this topic is very important. We have to share this to others to listen. Maybe next week also, if our kids listen to us, it's gonna be more. May Allah guide us to right path. Sister Layla, Sister Anisa, had any question or comments?
Alhamdulillah, I just want to add a statement. Children mimic us. We teach them everything.
Yes.
We don't always know that we do, but we do. Because regardless of what, if a child is in our house, they want to hear everything that's going on.
Absolutely.
Everything that's going on, they hear it. And they don't forget. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair, sister. Inshallah, next week we'll continue. Sister Layla is here. She wants to say something. Sister Layla, want to say something? Oh, no.
No.
Okay. Yeah, subhanallah.
Yes, Sister Sabrine. Sister Sabrine would like to say something, please.
Okay, go ahead, inshallah.
I would like to say this was a very, very good class, and I found myself being very attentive, and I saw so many statements that were said, so many that I can't even just talk about one thing. But when you brought up teamwork in the family,
Absolutely.
and everything starts at home, and if you bring up teamwork, like you're a team.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That is very important.
Absolutely. Alhamdulillah.
What is the meaning of Sabrine, sister? What is the meaning of your name?
Pardon me?
Your name, the meaning of your name. May Allah provide us patience to all of us, brothers and sisters. And Jazakumullah khairan, inshallah, bi'idhnillah. Next week, 7 o'clock, it will continue bi'idhnillah. Inshallah. Subhanallah.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. We need to hear you both.
Alhamdulillah.
Inshallah. Bi'idhnillah.
Inshallah.
يا سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.